So we've been to the Park Theatre, as you can see behind us there.
Finsbury Park, North London.
Yes, and we have been to see Anne Archer. If you want to watch my interview with her, just click on the link above. She was the main star of this play, which was the trial of Jane Fonda.
Yes.
A story which I didn't actually know much about, despite it being a controversial news story back in the early 70s, late 60s.
Well, it happened when we were sort of being born and very small children. But I did know a bit about it because I like Jane Fonda and I read her autobiography some years ago, so I read about it in that.
And I guess it's a story that's more well known in the States as opposed to in the UK.
So basically she campaigned for peace during the Vietnam War, and some of the things that she did were wrongly spoken about and broadcast, so it made it look like she was actually on the side of the enemy, whereas actually she just wanted the war to end.
So a lot of the Americans were saying that she wasn't being loyal to their country.
Yeah.
Although she was being loyal to their country, she just was very anti-war and humanitarian. A peace demonstrator, really, wasn't she?
It was 95 minutes without a break, and the only set was a sort of big kind of map of America, and it just had lots of battles in the years that they were on written on them, and they had a few things projected onto there, but not many. But throughout there was some sort of original film footage from the time. But on the stage, the only props were chairs.
Yeah.
And there was one man in a wheelchair, and it was just her and a vicar and some sort of soldiers who'd been in Vietnam. And when we went in, I thought, oh my God, 95 minutes, no break. It didn't drag at all, and I thought it was excellent. And I'm in awe of anyone that can just remember all that dialogue, because it was mainly her talking.
It was quite a powerful show, actually, wasn't it? In a lot of
brought
ways.
tears to my eyes. Just man's inhumanity to man and the atrocities of war. It stops being about wrong and right, and it's just, it's the individual and the awful things that happen to individuals.
And it's not really biased either. You do see both sides of the story. You see the argument on each side, the vets, the war vets, and her argument.
It was
did
kind
you
of
flip
about
from
them,
both sides?
I felt it was more a process of them understanding each other's point of view. So it wasn't about persuading anybody that anyone else was right or wrong. It was about just understanding, that actually everyone was coming from a good place, or a place that they believed in at the time. And, everyone makes mistakes, and everyone is hurt, and everyone is suffering, and
human beings at the end of the day. Did you think it was quite poignant as well? Because there's a lot of moments where you see the real footage, you see the footage of Jane Fonda replayed. It brought it home to me how serious the subject was. I think so many people dying, millions of people dying.
It was quite heavy. I mean, there were sort of a few jokes, but little things thrown in where it made you laugh, and that
lightened the mood a little bit,
just enough.
I felt awkward, like laughing at those moments though, because there was obviously comedy in there.
But we needed to, didn't we?
Yeah, written by Anne Archer's husband as well. The story. I think she took it to Edinburgh a few years ago.
Wow, so they've been doing this for a long time.
They've been doing it for a while.
So there was that one bit where everybody laughed quite near the end, where one of the soldiers says, I really do have to confess that I did really fancy you when you were Barbarella. And your poster on.
So a big thumbs up from us.
Yeah.
And it's running till August, middle of August. The trial of Jane Fonda.
Informative.
Yep.
Very well acted.